Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Um, okay, so for the full moon tonight, I felt really guided to, first of all, give thanks to the ancestors, um, call in the spirit team, divine guidance. Um, I lit a candle for the ancestors. I was also called to grab a candle for us. Um, I was really drawn to the yellow candle. So I have that here in this offering bowl. And I've never done this on the channel before, but I was feeling called to do it this way. Typically, I perform rituals on my own. um, but again, I was really feeling called to do it this way today. So, um, we're going to do it together. All right. Let me see if I can put this like down where you guys can like see what I'm doing here. So we can do this together. Okay. So, and I have prepared the cards and all of that already, cleanse the energy. I have a bag here. There is a little bit in here still because I was going to do it again. I was going to do all of this on my own. But I was feeling very guided to do it together with you guys. Okay. So I have this bag. I'm going to go through the ingredients that I'm going to be adding to the bag. And we will put them all in. And I wrote down here what they were for, each ingredient, what my intentions are for the ingredients. And yeah, we'll just go from there. So the first thing first ingredient is some shed, some of my snake shed from my snake, Mukalinda. And the shed is to symbolize a release and to shed people, places, things, belief systems, anything that no longer serves my highest good or the highest good of all. So we're going to go ahead and add that in to the bag. So that's ingredient one. Next ingredient I have listed is I have this rainbow like rose petals. The intention for the rainbow rose petals is for self-love, self-acceptance, love for all, to shine our multi-dimensional colors brightly in accordance to the highest divine will. So we're going to add some of these to the bag as well. I think probably a few more. I want to get some, like all the colors. There we go. Okay. So there's that. Third ingredient I put down is mugwort for healing. This is going to be a rather long video. I know my videos already tend to be long, but again, I was guided to do this together, so that's what we're going to do. Mugwort for healing. Next ingredient is the ginkgo leaf for health. ginkgo leaf. The next ingredient is bay leaf. This is to align with and attract our blessings, our divine inheritance, and abundance and prosperity on all levels, mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual, for my highest good and the highest good of all, in accordance with the highest divine will. All right, so there's bay leaf. Next ingredient, chamomile, for peace, harmony, and trust on our journeys. Now, typically, I don't go by the standard definition of what these should or shouldn't be used for. I just use them as I'm guided and how I'm guided to use them for their whatever intended purpose. Like, I don't typically go by the standard use. Okay. Tulips. I have some tulip petals here for rebirth. Next is purple carnation. We're going to use the purple carnation for compassion, open-mindedness, and creativity in accordance with the highest divine will. So this is a dried carnation. And I was also called to use the yellow carnation for bravery, safety, and strength. And I think I only have the one in here, so yeah, it's this one. It does have a bit of pink on it as well, but okay. Next ingredient I have listed is dandelion leaf for hope, resilience, wishes, and manifestations coming to fruition for my highest good and the highest good of all. So we'll add our dandelion leaf in there. Next ingredient is white sage for purity and energetic protection. And last but not least, black salt for psychic, emotional, and physical protection. So after I got all of these ingredients written down and their intended purposes, I was called to look up kind of like what I was curious, like why the yellow candle? Why was I drawn to the yellow one? And Blaze, I'm recording, buddy. Can you be quiet, please? Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Hi. Just lay down, buddy. The yellow candle symbolizes intellect, intuition, clarity, joy, optimism, and prosperity. It's representative of the solar plexus chakra, personal power, self-confidence, and manifestation. So, I'm also going to tear this off, the sheets of paper that I wrote this down on, and I'm going to add that into the bag as well. Okay, we're 11:21 in right now. Okay. And then my plan was to light the candle and light the bag on fire. So I'm just going to mix up the ingredients here. Seal the bag. I'm going to try to show you guys this part too. Typically, like I said, I don't typically do it like this, but this is how I was called. Strong flame. That's beautiful. Okay. Here's to us, guys. And now I'm just going to let that burn in here. The paper did catch, so it should burn quite nicely. I'm just going to let that burn, and we're going to start the reading here. $13.25. Ooh, I'm not going to be able to put that right there. Let's see if I can move some of this over. Okay. It's burning quite beautifully, actually. Okay. All right, guys. So as usual, we're going to start with the confirmation affirmation deck. Welcome to the channel if you're new here, by the way. And if you're returning, welcome back. You guys know how things go over here. How things run. It's burning really nicely. And our flame is huge. Huge. Do you guys see this? Look at how big the flame on our candle is. Oh, you guys can't really tell, can you? It's literally like almost a 3-inch flame. It's pretty crazy. I don't think I've ever seen it that large before. It's very, very good. Oh my gosh. You guys, this is literally like a 5-inch flame. It's getting larger as we're speaking. I've never seen it that large. Okay. Spirit, what do you have for us tonight for this full moon in Scorpio? Oh, that's intriguing. So as soon as the ritual items were done burning, the flame on the candle got smaller. That's intriguing. I mean, the flame was like 6 inches high and it wasn't anywhere near it. But the flame on the candle now is small. Look how small the flame is now. That's interesting. Okay, we got one so far. Anything? Thank you. Anything else, Spirit? I heard no. Okay. All right. I also want to pull an Oracle of Pluto card because, you know, one of our rulers, well, one of Scorpio's rulers. I guess I can't say that everybody here is a Scorpio. I have multiple placements though, so it resonates. All right. Oh, that was not a good shuffle. Okay, I think that was the last one. There we go. All right, Spirit. What do you have for us from here? Ooh, thank you. Snake. Anything else? I think those are poppy flowers, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but they look very similar to poppies. Frog at the bottom. The butterfly. We'll refer back to that later if we need to. Let me put it face up, actually. All right. I haven't used this deck for quite some time, actually. When I first started the channel, I used it quite a lot. That's a 5. That's change. The Divine Feminine. a spiritual awakening and healing. The snake is one of the oldest known symbols of the goddess, and it has a powerful correspondence in the occult. The snake is rich in meaning and revered in many cultures, with one of the most famous representations being that of Kundalini, a snake goddess believed to be triggered at the start of a profound spiritual awakening. If the snake has graced your reading with its presence, it's likely you are undergoing this process now. Just as a snake shedding its skin is a sure sign of its growth, you may be experiencing old beliefs or versions of yourself falling away now. Recognize that this is a necessary part of your healing journey. Often, after we've undergone a profoundly difficult or painful time, we emerge on the other side feeling as though we are a completely different person. To fully embrace this new, authentic version of yourself, it is necessary to let fall away what must fall away to complete the process of integration. Shed the dead weight and welcome in this healthier version of yourself. The snake may also be a sign that the goddess, the divine feminine, is calling out to you. Say hello. The further reflection says, throughout much of history, and especially during global colonization and the spread of the Abrahamic religions, the feminine aspects of the divine have been snuffed out. Think of the story of Adam and Eve and how it is the snake that leads Eve into temptation and ultimately to the original sin. Think of Medusa. Think of people's fear of snakes. Feminine power has been feared for so long, and because of this, it has been twisted and distorted into something that is bad, ugly, evil, or less than. Luckily, the reclaiming of the feminine is on the rise, and with it, the dismantling of these grossly misconstrued ideas. Regardless of gender identity, we all possess feminine and masculine energy within us. Just as we must integrate our unknown shadow side to become a healthy and balanced human, so too must we integrate our feminine energy. Society has a lot of ideas about what femininity looks like, but what does it mean to you? Now is the time to define this side of yourself. Ooh, that's good stuff. I love that. Okay. I think we're going to go here next to the Earth and Bone Oracle. I love so much that I grabbed the snake skin and we just did that whole ritual, and then the card that comes out of the oracle deck is the snake. I mean, come on. You can't make it up. There's no freaking way. It happens way too perfectly. What do you have for us out of this deck, Spirit? Am I taking that? Ascension. Transformation, end of a cycle, and beginnings. Beautiful. Inner work, deep connections, and soul tribe, the pack at the bottom of the deck. There's the butterfly again. There's a butterfly. I should have showed you guys here. There's a butterfly on the frog card right there. Frogs go through metamorphosis too. Maybe we will read that one. It just feels right. Okay, let's see. Purification, cleansing, and grief. Wow. Just as the amphibious frog spends its time in the water, the arrival of this card is a call to get in touch with this sacred element. Take a shower or a bath, go to the ocean, visit a lake or a river, and allow the clear water to purify your soul. It may also be that you need a good cry, as the frog card also represents the journey of grief. As much as people claim they don't enjoy crying, we often feel better after we do. To cry is to purge, to release all the things we've carried inside for just a little too long. If you have been grappling with the complicated journey of grief, it may be time to let it out and embrace the literal and metaphorical cleanse. However, consider also that sadness isn't the only reason people cry. There are tears of anger, frustration, exhaustion, and even joy. Whatever you're feeling, it needs to express itself through water, one way or another. The further reflection says, consider that our bodies are about 60% water. Consider also this quote by Isaac Denison: the cure for anything is salt water, sweat, tears, or the sea. And we did put salt in our ritual. And we did use, one of the ingredients was to purify. So that actually tracks perfectly. Of course. Of course it does. Okay. Ow, there is something poking my foot. I don't see anything. My cat does like to sit in this chair when I'm not sitting here. It would not surprise me if it was a claw. Okay. Now I want to use the sacred web next. This takes me a minute, like, to get to the card and its meaning. I really fell in love with this deck, but it's very unusual. It was created by a father and son, though. If you have a chance to get this deck, you should pick it up. I just think that it's beautiful, their story of their creation of this deck. Yeah, I'm of no affiliation, but I thought the story was beautiful. Okay. Moving on. Interesting. This wanted to stay behind. Do you believe this is the Three of Cups? Perhaps something with the throat chakra as well. Also, we just did talk about water. the Frog card. What do I need to know from here, Spirit? All the way out, please. Thank you. All right. I do believe this is the Three of Pentacles. These are unique, as you can see. But I do believe this is the Three of Pentacles here. Something to do with the root chakra as well, foundation. So, and we have 3-3 here. And I don't think I've ever seen this card before. Ten of Wands, maybe? Looks like a bat. Anything else? Thank you. This is pretty. I like this card. An elephant. I will look these up too in the book. Isn't that pretty? I love that card. I have an elephant right here too. My little elephant. The chakra's on the back. Oh, you guys can barely see it, but yeah. Am I getting another one from... No. Okay. Let's see. 3, 6, 7. We have the 7 of Pentacles on the bottom. All right, let's find this alligator. We know it's going to be a water card. So it does mean the same thing as the original tarot. For some reason, I'm being drawn to the fish in the water. I'm not sure what that's about. There's like a fish down here, though. Okay. This life is a wild dance that spins and spins, moving you ever closer to the possibility of joyful connection with others. Consider the sacred nature of relationships, whether it is you in relation to yourself or to the other beings in your life. There is opportunity here for deep understanding and true belonging. When you reveal your soul self, your authentic, vulnerable spirit self, you create space for more jubilant, transformative relationships. Fill yourself with gratitude for the feelings of wholeness and abundance that come from connection. Drink deeply from the mercy cup. Celebrate the kindness of friendship, for it is a rare and bounteous gift. Celebration. The affirmation says, I celebrate the gifts of my life, especially the gift of friendship. That's beautiful. And it doesn't necessarily have to be friendship in a physical sense. I mean, we build friendship communities on YouTube. I mean, so it could be that as well. And other platforms. There are many other platforms. 35 minutes as I looked at the clock. All right. That's an 8. let's try to find this one. And just out of curiosity. We may need to read this one as well. And this one? Okay. All right. Let's keep in line here, though. Beautiful. Same sort of deal here. Celebration and community so far. Okay. Creativity. And that was one of the ingredients. Creativity and community lift you up to realize your potential within the life design of the universe. All your material efforts facilitate a deeper understanding of the connectedness of all living beings. Elevated by lasting feelings of satisfaction for your earthly collaborations, you awaken to the luminosity of your soul work. You begin to recognize that all work is holy. Your work is your love made manifest. Through your community of friends, family, and coworkers, you find support and the kind of appreciation that enlivens your sense of purpose. Remember to take good care of yourself and others. Rejoice in your relationships and in all that you can do when people come together in common purpose and in service to the greater good. In community, I recognize that all work is holy. That's beautiful. Oh, I love that. Okay, where is it? Let's see. I really feel like that's a fire card. And as I say fire, the flame grows taller. It is a fire card. Okay, let me grab a drink quickly. Okay. And we're back. Okay. It says, wrap yourself in the wings of your devotion and take refuge there. Your commitment to your objective relies on your intuition. That was one of our ingredients too. And flourishes because of your dedication. But it has been hard work to find the sacred center. Your vision for a brighter future requires profound trust. Can you be present to this moment without struggle? Can you take this time for consideration? Ask yourself if you are trying to hold too many things at once. Open your arms and let go of the burdens that weigh you down. Excuse me. Center yourself in the interior. Hold on. Center yourself in the interiority of your heart. Within this holy space, you connect to the energy of compassion and empathy for all who struggle. When you shift your focus from your concerns to forgiveness and gratitude, your whole world expands. Now, you see yourself at the center of the wheel, whole and wholly connected to a world better off for you being in it. When I center myself in forgiveness and gratitude, my whole world expands. That's what we're moving into. Age of Aquarius. Okay. I'm assuming the elephant must be a water card. Maybe an ace. I don't know. Give me a moment. Most definitely looks like a water card to me. Does this not look like a cup? It looks like a cup. Look at his trunk. Maybe if it'll focus. There. You see the little flower cup thing? Unless it's a major. Could be. Let's find out. It is a major. Insight. Dive into the healing water. Be with your own golden light. Sink into it. Soak it up. The radiance of your soul is always shining brightly, even during the shadowed night. Let it light the path for you to gather insight into the hidden mysteries that you entreat. Make of yourself an open channel, an invitation for communion with Spirit. Savor this solitary time as you divine the source of any concerns and contemplate how to create a world in which you are fully aligned with and connected to your own inner wisdom. Know that any obstacles can be removed when you immerse yourself in the concept of refinement. Allow whatever thoughts that come to you to flow in and out of the mind without grasping or holding. Trust in the process of turning inwards, of reflection, of insight, for the treasure that you seek dwells within. Always, I make of myself an open channel, an invitation for communion with Spirit. Oh, I love that. Okay. The other two that I was told to grab off the bottom of the deck here. Contemplation. So this is right in alignment here, you guys. Talking about going within with the insight card, leading right over here to contemplation. Curious, loyal, resourceful, intuitive. Know that all your efforts serve to reveal the exquisite nature of who you are. In action, you make manifest that which is unseen, and in so doing, reveal part of your soul. Yet there is wisdom in taking the time to rest from those efforts and contemplate the relationship between the work you do and the desires you hold in your heart. In contemplation, you connect with more awareness to your experience, and through this kind of intentional reflection, you create more opportunity for personal growth. When you recognize that there is dignity in all forms of work, you can begin to have more reverence for and confidence in the gifts you are meant to share with the world. Be kind to yourself as you patiently wait for the next phase of your journey to begin. In contemplation, I understand more fully the dignity of my work and the gifts I am meant to share with the world. I love that. I love that for you guys. I love that for us. The next card. Isn't that beautiful? See the infinity symbol? The Magician. Magical manifestation. Click your heels 3 times. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Ruled by Mercury, the Magician brings you a message from Spirit that says you are perfect just as you are. You have made your way through the spiral flame of your own weaving and have everything you need for this human experience to be full of wonder. The Magician is spirit manifested and represents your spirit in embodied form. The Magician reveals that you have the power to alchemize the stability of earth energy with the healing compassion of water, the creative spark of fire, and the expansive intelligence of air, so that you can create a life of purpose and meaning. Remember that you come from the realm of ether, but you were born with the gifts of earth, water, fire, and air. Rejoice in the courageous ways you have utilized them in service to your own growth and in service to others. Know that the journey, oh my gosh, that got me emotional for a second. Know that the journey is just beginning. Imagine what comes next. I have everything I need to manifest a world full of wonder. Yeah, it represents the heart chakra. No wonder I'm like over here about to cry. Oh, I love that. Okay. And I was also drawn to get the Alchemy Elementals deck, which obviously, given the elements in the Magician card, is quite the perfect deck to grab next. Goodness. I probably could not even make this up if I tried, you guys. Like, really. There's no way it would come out this perfect. Even if I, like, oh my gosh. I would have to plan and put, and it's probably still wouldn't come out this way. Spiritual on the split. All right, Spirit. What do you want to say from this deck? Hope you guys are doing okay. I know Scorpio energy can be pretty intense, but just go with it. Go with the flow. Don't be afraid. You will make it out, and you will be okay. Fire, volcano, moon. Number 1. Sky, snow, star. Number 43. There's a whale in the center of that portal. I'm not sure that if you guys can see that or not. Water, river, moon. Excuse me. That's another 7. Hold on here. So now we have 3, 3, 5, 6, 7. And we have 7, 7, 7, 7. 4, 1, because we have 2 1s. So we have, what, 4 7s? 7, 7, 7. This would also be 7. So 4 7s, 2 3s, 2 1s, and a 4. Anything else from here, Spirit? Thank you. Are we taking any more? We have fire, ancestor fire, and star. 15. So that's a 6. It's such a beautiful card. I love these cards so much. And I did light a candle for our ancestors, not just my own, but everyone's. Are we taking any more? Yeah. Should I shuffle again? Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm kind of running out of room over here. Our candle flame is quite large again, though. Let's see. It's quite large again. 53 minutes in. Oof. Sorry, guys. I figured this was going to be a long one. Can we just maybe get one more, Spirit, so we can kind of be mindful of time here? Thank you. Water, spring, earth. 3, 4, 5. That's another 5. So now we have 5, 5, 5. 55. And it's 53:50 on the clock, or the timer, I mean. Oh my gosh, get out of here. Power at the bottom of the deck with the elephant and the infinity symbol. Never ceases to amaze me. Okay. Fire, volcano, moon. Number 13. That would be the first card in the actual book. Okay. Sometimes the fires that burn within us go awry and take on distortions, My dear, your flames have shifted. Your inner fire has become destructive. If you do not tend to these fires immediately, the flames will consume you, along with all that you hold sacred, and burn everything you have worked so hard and so long to build to the ground. In order to see what has shifted and why, you must go within. You must sink deep within this place of discomfort, find the source of this distortion, and make peace with yourself before this inferno erupts and does irreparable harm. There is still time to shift. Be brave, child, and go within. Didn't I say that? Like, I know Scorpio energy can be pretty intense and like, but don't be afraid. All right, Sky Snow Star. Number 59. There's just way too many of these cards for me to memorize, you guys. Like, there's no way. I mean, you see how big of a stack that is. Okay. The name of the game on this planet is evolution. You, my dear, came here to evolve, not to be perfect, not to impress other people, and not to collect likes for your bikini selfies or your six-pack stomach situation. Earth is an evolutionary realm. What this means is that you need to get real with yourself, like really real. You cannot hide from your shadows or your issues. You must look within and get clear on what is and what isn't serving you, as well as what it's time to shift and let go of. Didn't I literally put that as the first thing? To stubbornly cling to that which is no longer serving you and to pretend that it's all fine and pop rocks is a false means of achieving power. Interesting that we have the power card at the bottom of the deck. And babe, you're far too lit to settle for false power. Take some time out for introspection and self-inquiry and acknowledge the triggers and the traumas that are ready to be transmuted. It doesn't have to be hard or painful or labor intensive. These aspects are simply inviting acknowledgement so that you can gracefully move on and reclaim the true power that is naturally yours. Yes, there's a difference between egoic power and graceful power. Soft, understanding. There's just a difference. Okay. Water, river, moon. 39. Going back this way. Humble power. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Nothing on this planet is static. Nothing. Even though your eye might perceive certain things as stationary, I assure you that they are only illusions. Even a mountain or a skyscraper or a telephone pole is comprised at its most fundamental level of tiny subatomic particles that are constantly in motion. Energies, moods, and states of mind are no different. There are countless essences that move through you. Some essences are worth stepping into for a while others are best to let pass and be on their way. It is important for you to remember that energies come and go, and that holding on to anything creates stagnation and limitation in your life. Cling to nothing, dear one. We are born to move and to shift and to be free. This feeling you are feeling is but a moment. Soon enough, it too shall pass. Exactly. Fire, ancestor, fire, star. Ancestor Fire Star 27. We're at an hour and 18 seconds. You are being called to embark upon a journey into the sanctity of your innermost realms. Your ancestors know well the secrets and the magic and the knowledge hidden inside of you, for they are the ones who planted them there before you were born. The ancient ones are asking you to go inside, child, to pay heed to your dreams and the messages they are sending by way of rustling leaves and crashing tides. Honor your ancestors. I did tonight, and yours as well. Their spirits and their lives. The more you remember them now, the easier it will be for you to hear the wisdom they are sharing. Get quiet, my love, and spend some time in the inner sanctum of your dreams and your spirit so that your ancestors can light the way for you. That's beautiful. Thank you, ancestors. Okay. Water, spring, earth, number 46. Even though magic is real, and trust me, my love, it most certainly is, nothing on this planet emerges from nothing. Everything that we see and everything that we experience here on Earth is an outpouring from someone else. It sounds so simple, and yet it is unimaginably profound. All that you consider yours came from another. The chair you're sitting on, someone else made that. And someone else chopped down the wood that was used to construct it. And someone else made the screws that hold the pieces of that chair in place. And someone else forged the metal that made those screws, while another person mined that metal from the earth, which gave the person the material to mold into screws to build things for other people to sit on. Everything on this planet is a synthesis of other people's manifestations and hard work. Recognize the effort and the collaboration that has gone into everything that you have and use and love. Honor the ones who have poured their gifts into your life. That's beautiful. Should we read the power card? Okay. I feel like that's necessary. The power card ties into the theme of discernment because the journey of power is all about learning to differentiate between false power and true power. True power serves what is best for others in order for them to adapt and evolve, expand, grow, and amplify. It is the ability to lift people up and show them what is possible. True power is vulnerable, open, and transparent. It supports that which makes a difference, not just in our own lives, but in the lives of many. When people or institutions try to impose their will onto other beings or to enslave them or infuse them with fear, lack, or division, that, my dear, is false power. That is straight up misuse of power, and true power will not bow down to that shit. When this card appears in your spread, you know the spirits are offering insight into your own personal journey in the realms of power and are inviting you to refine your discernment accordingly. Amen to that. Okay. All right, let's see. I want to get one of these and then a message from Isis, and I'm just going to leave it there, I think, because we're already at an hour. Let's see what's at the bottom. Pay attention. This is a beautiful reading. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to call this one yet, but these ones, 3. Okay. It's at the bottom. The heart's home. Okay. Exuberant quietude with passion flower. If it'll focus. Come on. There we go. Create space with raspberry. Yeah, clearing out what you don't need anymore. Be it people, places, things, ideas, thought forms, belief systems, anything that is not serving you for your highest good has got to go. We are one. What a perfect card. What a perfect card. Okay. This was actually like the first tarot deck. If you're new here, you don't know this because I don't use this deck quite often, but this was actually like the first tarot deck I ever got. Believe it or not. Page 140. Oops, went a little too far there. All right, let's see. Expansive. Okay. All right, I'm just going to read the first little portion here. All right, it says, Passion Flower is a study in opposites. She climbs vigorously, some say invasively, sending exploring fingers through fence slats and wall crevices. What's over there, she wonders, always trying to get to the other side, to expand beyond her current boundaries. Even her flower exudes frenetic energy, vibrantly bursting out into the world. Every inch of Passion Flower is reaching, striving, and climbing. And yet, her medicine is the magical calm that happens when the television, computer, and phone are all suddenly silent. She begs you to pause in your questing and take the time for a new experience, inner quietude. Why? Because being able to be quiet and still is Passion Flower's secret to exuberant expansion without stress or burnout. Page 60. So maybe you are overdoing it and you need to take a break. That's what it sounds like. Like, take a rest, but don't stop. You know what I mean? Rest, don't quit. I know some of you have heard that. Okay. Raspberry is Rose's younger sister, sweet and wild, but also steady-handed. She loves the earth and its smallest creatures, So her lubricant branches twist and crawl, creating nests for birds and sanctuaries for snails. She'll rock wee babes and scurry about with toddlers, rarely giving into the gravatas that permeates most members of her family. Laughter floats through her leaves as she flexes and twists. You too can be like this, she says, demonstrating her pliability earned by drinking deeply of the mineral rich soil. Sit with her, and she'll share with you the secret of weaving space and creating strong containers for the emptiness that new life needs in order to thrive. When Raspberry appears, look to how you are or aren't nurturing space within. That's literally what we've been saying. 128. We are one. Despite the trembling of her leaves, Aspen isn't really scared. How do I know? Because deep underground, all the aspens hold hands. To our eyes, aspen trees are individuals, but in their roots and hearts, they are one. This is not a mere metaphor. Aspens grow in what's called a clonal colony, sending out underground suckers to find a lovely spot to sprout a sister tree. Aspen groves are among the largest and oldest single organisms on the planet. When you see aspen quivering, it's often with laughter. She giggles gently at the human race, who seem to have forgotten that deep in our roots we too are one. Aspen asks us to root into this sense of connection so we can let go of our fears. Perfect. I don't know how it could get any more perfect than that, you guys. I really don't. I really, really don't. Okay, let's see if we can get a message from Goddess Isis. We're at 1 hour and 12 minutes. If you've made it this far, I love you. You're awesome. I'm glad you decided to stay this long. Hopefully you got something useful out of this. It resonated or it was insightful. Or maybe you just enjoyed the ritual part. Either way. All right, Isis, what do you have for us tonight? Ooh. The miracle of Isis. Isis offers a miracle healing. No matter how much you have struggled with a particular matter, no matter how impossible it may seem to imagine your life without this old wound, addiction, problem, relationship issue, or inner struggle being part of it, you are guided now to accept the possibility of miraculous healing. Let go and let the goddess be. Dang it. Come on now. These cards are really pretty, too. Anything else? Thank you. Temple of Lapis Lazuli. Your soul is very ancient and holds the wisdom of star peoples from civilizations with unique high vibrational awareness that can help humanity transition from a culture based in fear to a love based community. You are here on this planet to be you to the fullest extent possible. Then you will help heal human culture so that the planet may thrive. I feel like we got one more in here. There it is. Serpent of Fire. Do not assess your current ability based on past standards, as they no longer apply to you. You are stronger and more powerful now than you have ever been before. You need to learn afresh what you are capable of, and Isis helps you now. Come on. Focus. There we go. All right. Let's see what's at the bottom. Life restored. Spiritual resurrection is gifted to you now. Whatever part of you or your life you thought to be dead is being revived and will flourish back into life, just as the phoenix rises from the fire, transitioning from death into life, so too will you rise again, healed and renewed. I love that. Yes. Love that. Okay. Confirmation affirmations. Oh, crap, I dropped one. And then I'm out of here. It's been a pleasure. Really, it has been a pleasure. I've enjoyed this quite a lot. And I will continue to let our candle burn until it's completely gone. We have about this much left. Okay. It is always the right time to start. Yes, it is. Next one. When my dreams feel scary, it means I am on the right path. Yes. You have to push past the fear. Like, push past your own programmed beliefs of what is possible for you or what is possible to exist or be in this reality. You really are limitless. All right. I hope you guys found that helpful and insightful and that you enjoyed the ritual. It was interesting for me as well to kind of share that. That's typically a very personal experience for me. So the fact that I was called to share it on my channel is a little outside of my comfort zone, but that's okay. We made it through. See? Push past fears. Okay. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. If you found this reading helpful, insightful, or you found it to be resonant with you in some form or fashion, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Otherwise, happy full moon in Scorpio, and I will see you guys next time.